stuff. I picked a lot of this stuff. Oh yeah, I pulled some.
This is mugwort. It's just a pain in the butt, and it spreads vegetatively. So
very few things die. I think 2 bushes maybe died. That's it. Eupatorium rugosa. So here it is, attracting insects and birds, and maybe people will start leaving it in their yard. This is another great plant. This is an annual, but it will reseed itself. It's a jewelweed. You see it all over the place. Loves shade.
it's called jewelweed because after a rainstorm, when you wake up early in the morning and there's like the morning dew, it looks almost bedazzled. Remember that thing from the 80s? When we do remedial work in a patch like this, you have to really be mindful of what you're doing. So we really have to work around it best we can and kind of take out the invasives while leaving the volunteer natives. You know, the funny thing about places like the Science Museum is that if you're plant blind, this looks like a beautiful forest, right? Unfortunately, this is a almost monoculture of what's called Norway maple. It's just that they grow so quickly, they don't invest a lot underground. And you see them shedding these giant limbs during the storms.
Yeah.
And like breaking in half. And this is the one I wanted to point out too, burning bush. It drives me nuts. It's on the noxious do not sell list. Just like the Norway maple, it invests a lot of energy above ground to grow fast and crowd out.
So it's measurable that the roots are much more shallow?
I'm very pleased, you know, that we came out here, did this work. All these species will really start to grow up, and you'll have the oaks at the very, very top layer, and then you'll have the beech creating almost a mid canopy.
What you're finding with mycorrhizim, like here, is certain trees, do they create like fungal networks?
Fascinating, and we're just starting to learn about this stuff too, right? So like I'm talking in the last decade, plants will actually share nutrients and water through this mycorrhizal network. Mother trees, big old oak trees, will nurse, I mean, I know I'm using a mammalian associated term, but they really almost nurse their babies underneath them, giving them carbohydrates through the root system, through the mycorrhizal network. Most of the forest is living below ground, believe it or not. And things like an American beech, of course they go to the canopy, but they tend to kind of spread out under the oaks and try to capture all the little dappled filter bite under the oaks. We're really proud of this work. This is going to really grow up into something complex over time, and if we can take over little spots like this, I think we'll really win back the battle against invasive species here at the Science Museum and beyond.